This program is powered by Competition102 and Acres BMW M Mini.
In the idyllic southwest of France is the department of Jelle. The area is well known as the only place in the world where Armagnac brandy is allowed to be made. The warm climate and sunny weather make it a real tourist hotspot. Today though, we're not here for the lovely countryside, the beautiful historic buildings and the picturesque towns that dot the landscape. We're headed straight to the circuit of Nogaro for the opening round of the 2015 GT4 European Series.
In a moment, we'll meet the drivers for the 2015 season of the Competition102 European GT4 Series. We'll meet the Sin R1 and, of course, both races from the opening weekend. After a magnificent start in 2014, the GT4 European Series is back for more, with new cars, familiar faces and stars of the future. So without further ado, let's meet this year's drivers. Reigning champion Ricardo van der Ende remains with Team Acres, but with the BMW M4 not ready, they switch to a Ford Mustang. His teammate Bernard van Oranje, of course, drives that car as well. Their teammates, Simon Knapp has elected to stay with the BMW M3, switching to the M4 later this year. And his teammate will be Rob Severs, he used to partner Jörg Braams. They finished second in the Amateur Championship last year. Former touring car champion Duncan Huisman will run his V8 Racing Chevy Camaro. And so will Luc Braams, who stays on as Huisman's teammate. The pair could be title contenders. Former BMW and Corvette racer Marcel Nooren has also chosen to stick with the Camaro. He does, however, have a new teammate, rookie Jelle Beelen. He will learn from Duncan Huisman.
Duncan is very important. Of course, he's been driving the car for the last 3 or 4 years. So he has a lot of experience, not only with Camaro, but like racing in general. So yeah, he teaches, especially on the test, on my first test day, he has been teaching me very well. And yeah, I have a lot of good things that he has brought to me already, so that's good.
Germany's Jörg Viebahn will drive an Aston Vantage rather than a car from his home country. Unlike Grigorov, he will take part in the brand new Sin R1, which is developed in his native Bulgaria. Ivailo Tsonev is the proud winner of 2 World Championships in karting. He will join compatriot Grigorov in car number 11. The other Sin R1 will be driven by German Hendrik Still in the Pro class. French driver André Grammatico returns as the reigning champion in the AM class. He has elected to stick with the familiar BMW M3. Pavel Leftrov is another Bulgarian. He will not drive the Sin, but a Lotus Evora.
I think it's very competitive championship and I think it's going to be very interesting. There are a lot of new cars like our Bulgarian Sin R1 car and yeah, I'm very happy then participate in series like this one.
Are you happy until now with your results in practice?
Yeah, we are going quite fast and I hope to finish the race with no accidents, you know, and no crashes. That is our target.
The second Lotus Evora in the championship will be driven by Daniel Uckerman. The Austrian competes in the AM class. Experienced driver Arno Klassen will drive the newly developed Porsche Cayman, and he will be joined by Danish rookie Thomas Krabs, who will have to get used to faster cars very fast.
This is the first year where I'm driving Porsche. Before I was driving smaller race cars. So I have nothing to compare it to. It's newly made by ProSport Performance Team. I've only raced in it one time before, in Spain in February. We're missing a lot of time to the front because we want to compete for top 3. Right now we're missing 2.5 seconds, so for sure we have to improve and find some time, but I'm confident that we can find that for the qualifying.
And finally, we say hello to Lisette Braams, the only lady in the series and last year's runner-up in the AM class.
Well, those are the runners and riders for the first round of the championship in Nogaro, but as the organiser Max Braams explains, there are more to come.
I expected at least 16 cars on the grid. Unfortunately, some cars are not ready. We expected the KTM, new GTR car. We expected a BMW M3, and we expected also a Chevron car from the UK. Unfortunately, all these cars are not finished yet. And the teams tried to find another GT4 car. KTM found the Lotus Evora. Acres Motorsport found the Ford Mustang and the BMW M3. And Chevron unfortunately was not able to come. But the good news is in Zandvoort we will have more cars on the track.
One of the brand new cars, the Sin R1 of Hendrik Still, has claimed pole position for the first race of the championship. And he's got plenty of experience alongside Jörg Viebahn in the Aston Martin V8 in second position on the grid in beautiful sunny weathers, cold in Nogaro, but dry and sunny. André Grammatico, the defending AM champion. He knows this car really well. He lines up in third place after a great qualifying. Ricardo van der Ende can't wait for the season to start, and now it's underway. Here we go. Poleman Hendrik Still sweeps across the line to start the season here in Nogaro. André Grammatico, third place in the BMW, behind the Aston Martin of Jörg Viebahn. And it looks as though the Lotus and the Porsche side by side for fourth out of turn 2. On board in the Mustang, Bernhard van Oranje. Cockpit fills with brake smoke as he locks up down the inside of Luc Braams, but he's got through. Battle for third, that's the Porsche of newcomer Thomas Krebs, and he's in front of Marcel Nooren in the 69 Camaro. Oh, this is trouble. Tyre flapping on the front of Bernhard van Oranje's Mustang, and it's ripping the car apart.
The ABS failed, and then I got a flat spot on my tire. The tire collapsed, and I took a part of the car with me, so I couldn't bring it back to the pit box, unfortunately. And we thought that it would be manageable to drive with a flat spot until the mandatory pit stop.
Wow, tough break for them. Safety car is out for clear up of the debris. First race though, and no points for Bernhard van Oranje and Ricardo van der Ende. Everybody else getting suited up, ready for the mandatory pit stops. Oh, but there's more trouble, and that is the Sin R1 of Ivalio Tsonev. Meanwhile, pit lane is open, and in comes the race leader, Hendrik Still. He's got Marcel Nooren in the Camaro right behind him now, nose to tail down pit road. Driver change going on in the Camaro. Hendrik Still stays in, timed pit stop for him, but look at this. Jelle Beelen is ready to go, gets the team out of the way, and that could be very important. He will leave in front of the yellow Sin R1. Once everybody else has done their pit stops, that might leave them in front, but everybody else still does have to stop. And there is the Porsche. Thomas Krebs and Arno Klaassen yet to do their change in that Cayman. Duncan Huisman has taken over this car from Luc Braams though, and that's Simon Knapp in front. He's taken over the BMW from Rob Savers. There's contact through the double left-hander. Huisman bumps his way through. Hopefully no damage done. And he makes the move complete, but it looks like he's on his way, attacking hard. So Huisman is absolutely flying. Meanwhile, the race leader comes down pit road. This is Jörg Viebahn making his mandatory stop. He too drives on his own. Now then, here comes Jelle Beelen, and right behind him, Hendrik Still. How is this going to work out? The Aston Martin stop is completed. They rush out to the pits. It's going to be the Camaro in front. Yes, it is. Jelle Beelen leads the rookie, and Hendrik Still tucks in right behind Jörg Viebahn's Aston Martin. Wow, close battle for second place. Oh, the Sin R1 driver desperately trying to put that yellow car back into second. Led from pole in the first part of the race. Down into turn 7, here we come. Hendrik Still sends it late down the inside. Locks up, slides across the bows. Jörg Viebahn saw him coming, avoided contact, holds on to second. And in the background, was it? Yes, it was. Duncan Huisman is on the charge. And there comes Simon Knapp as well, with the Porsche right behind him. It's a fascinating conclusion to the race. Who's going to come out on top? Now then, here comes Duncan Huisman. Looks outside, looks inside down into turn one, and he goes past Hendrik Still, nice and clean. That's the change for third place. Huisman is absolutely flying in the closing stages. Jörg Viebahn defends, but Duncan Huisman sends it into turn 7, down the inside. He gets it stopped and grabs second place. And that means just his own teammate, Jelle Beelen, remains in front of the charging Duncan Huisman. Pavel Lefterov comes into the pits in his Lotus Evora. He's in the AM class, driving on his own. And here's an AM class battle. There's Jörg Braams, last year's championship runner-up, right in front of us. We are on board with newcomer Daniel Uckerman. Takes the Lotus the long way around the outside in turn 1. That gives him the inside in the right-hander at turn 2, and he squeezes by Lisette. Takes the place away. Battle for third place. Hendrik Still right up behind Jörg Viebahn, and contact, runs into the back of the Aston under braking, loops the Sin R1 around, and through goes Simon Knapp. That's a free pass. Here is the battle for the lead then. Jelle Beelen in his first time out in the GT4 Championship, under pressure from Duncan Huisman, one of last year's championship front runners, and he makes a mistake. Through goes Huisman, the lead changes. It's still Camaro 1-2, but on board with Jelle Beelen, trying to sort it all out. Victory then for the first race of the season for Duncan Huisman and Luc Braams. The V8 Racing team go 1-2, with Marcel Nooren and Jelle Beelen in second place ahead of Jörg Viebahn. In the AM class, it is victory for Lisette Braams ahead of Pavel Lefterov and rookie Daniel Uckerman. Reigning champion André Grammatico failed to finish race 1. So it's an all V8 engine podium for the first of our 12 races. The 2 V8 Racing Chevy Camaro GT4s and the Aston Martin Vantage lying in third. Let's hear now from winner Duncan Huisman.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I had some good fights with Simon and with Jörg, and I don't know this other guy's name, but yeah, it was good. And when I was chasing Jelle, he was doing really well. When I approached him, let's say within a second, he started to make small mistakes, but this is normal. I mean, first time in the Camaro, and did a good job. And in the end, I could catch him. He was a little bit unlucky with the oil on the track, but I was on the inside, so the corner after that one would have been mine anyway. But yeah, it's not going to be easy with him this year, I think.
After the break, the Sin R1 GT and more action from Nogaro in the Competition 102 GT4 European Series.
This program is brought to you by Acres BMW M Mini and Trevoil Trading. This program is powered by Competition102 and Trevoil Trading.
Welcome back to the GT4 European Championship season opener at Nogaro in France. Well, before we get into race 2, a new season brings new cars. Let's take a look at one of the most spectacular.
One of the new cars on the 2015 grid is the striking Sin R1. The car is not made by an established brand or developed by one of the traditional car-making countries. Instead, the car has its roots in Bulgaria. It was there that three-time national Bulgarian champion Rosen Daskalov developed a vision for a new type of sports car, and he decided to develop and build it. The GT4 edition of the R1 is adapted from the original R1, and it's able to compete in the GT4 European Series. The car is built in England.
Because I'm a go-kart driver, I always search for best performance and feeling work in the go-kart. And the cars which are produced originally for road using, they can't be so close to this performance because too heavy, too high, big high center of gravity, and so on. So this motivates us to make this car.
Sin has chosen the Competition 102 GT4 European Series because of close racing and competition.
GT4 championship for me, the idea is to race with equal cars and to show that the drivers have different skills and capabilities and so on. And we are very happy. We have a plan to race a complete season probably with one more car.
Sin will field 2 cars, one in the Pro class and one in the AM class, with the latter being driven by 2 Bulgarian drivers.
I'm very proud of me, of the team and from my country, because it's first time a Bulgarian team appear in GT4, and now we have 2 cars, and also my colleague who drives the Lotus. We have 3 pilots in GT4 only for 1 year. My budget is not enough to make the whole championship, but I think we will make. In Bulgaria we have enough sponsors, we just need media and commercials. If I have that, I will make the whole season without any worries.
Flying the Bulgarian manufacturer's flag in the Pro class is German driver Henrik Still, who's already making an impact.
He's a very important part of the team because, as you know, he's a pro driver, not amateur as me or my colleague Ivan Utsonev.
We need him to develop the car and to learn our drivers to perform better.
He was second on the last qualifying lap, but we are last at the moment. But the car is still soft and it's hard to find the balance between fast and safety driving. So at the moment we push a bit more the power, and I think that will make a result at the time.
Our target is not to be first this season here. This first season here we want to learn, we want to teach how to race. We want to learn to teach our drivers on discipline, on racing, and then next season probably we can have focus to go forward. And we have a plan in a couple of years to race with these cars in 24 hours in Le Mans, in Nürburgring and so on.
Ready for the second encounter of the season then, with Duncan Huisman starting on pole position ahead of Seaman Knapp. Still cold but still dry and sunny here at this circuit of Nogaro in the southwest of France. Ready for the rolling start then. Duncan Huisman with Seaman Knapp's BMW on the front row. Row 2 is Henrik Still, the yellow Sin R1, and the black Mustang of Ricardo van der Ende, who didn't get to drive in race 1. I'm sure he'll be determined to make up for that. After the damage to the car caused by a flat spot, he's into third place ahead of Henrik Still. It's Huisman that leads from Seaman Knapp. Everybody else working their way around. Lisette Savers, the AM winner in the race 1. And here comes the challenge for second place. So it's going to be Duncan Huisman versus Ricardo van der Ende, the champion in the black Mustang. Van der Ende determined to make up for lost ground in race 1. On board in the Sin R1. This is Henrik Still. Great looking, great sounding car. And running really strongly here on the inside into turn 7. He goes back up to third place then, ahead of Seaman Knapp, who started in second as the race is on for the lead. Trying to find the traction, these 2 big V8 engine muscle cars. On board with Ricardo van der Ende, looking down the back straight into turn 7, sends it early on Duncan Huisman. Huisman knows he's coming, has to hope that van der Ende makes a mistake on the exit, but he cuts him off. It's Ricardo van der Ende in the lead in the Mustang. Sounding fabulous, this battle of the V8s. On board with the race leader. Pulling away now from the Camaro behind. Down into turn 7. Oh, he's gone in far too deep. Through goes Huisman, back in the lead. Ricardo van der Ende rejoins, and contact takes out Henrik Still. Well, that was a rotten bit of driving, I'm afraid, by Ricardo van der Ende. Henrik Still, innocent party in the barriers. And here's why. Van der Ende rejoined the track, but didn't leave Still anywhere to go. Van der Ende, oh, in trouble again, and that surely is a problem with the brakes. Well, that's got to be a repeat of what happened to them in race 1. On board! Oh, big impact! And Henrik Still's car is completely wrecked.
Yeah, really bad weekend today. Yeah, I don't know. I was in a fight for P2 with Ricardo van der Ende. He was a bit quicker than me. Made a mistake at the end of the long straight. I think they had problems with the ABS. He go off the track. I was on the inside. He came back on the track, and I had a big hit on the rear. I don't know what happened. I saw no video pictures of it now. We will see.
Safety car for recovery. Ricardo van der Ende back in the pits in one piece.
Yeah, it's been a long time that I have crashed the car again, but yeah, I don't want to do it again because it hurts a little, but that's okay, that's all in the game.
Back to green flag racing, the battle for second place now, the BMW of Simon Knapp and Rob Savers, and under pressure, and that is 69, Jelle Beelen, the rookie. Oh, a little bumping from behind, and the BMW drifts out wide as he gets bumped in the braking area. Or was it cynical by rookie Jelle Beelen? You have to say it was probably more likely a mistake. Well, here's the AM class battle, and this is Pavel Lefterov in the Lotus in front of the champion André Grammatico in his BMW. Pit window is open. V8 Racing team have both their Camaros in together, nose to tail, first and second. This is Jelle Beelen. He'll hand over to Marcel Nooren, and in front, Duncan Huisman will give the car to Luc Braams, and this is how close they were coming into the pits, my goodness. Oh, little bump, Jelle Beelen actually clipped the pit wall, but his car still in second place. There is Jelle watching as his teammate Marcel Nooren puts in the challenge into turn one. Can't take the lead away from Luc Braams, tries to go around the outside into turn two. That's not happening, and look, here comes Jörg Viebahn right behind in the Aston Martin as the Camaros run wheel to wheel. They're slowing each other down, and the BMW coming up behind of Rob Savers as well. Jörg Viebahn goes very wide in the Aston onto the dirt, and that's possibly going to even cost him third place. He is right behind the Astons, but the BMW is even closer now. Into turn 7, down the inside comes Marcel Nooren, gets by Luc Braams, who's hung out on the outside line, less grip there, and he's going to struggle to hold off the Aston Martin into these final few corners. It's very twisty, just manages to get the door shut, or does he? Jörg Viebahn in that Aston Martin all over the road trying to get by. Luc Braams desperate to hang on to second place. Viebahn down the inside. And he's got the tight line into corner 13 and 14. He goes through, and so does the BMW. So the car that led last time round is now down to fourth. Big slide, the Camaro running out of tyres. And through, past Marcel Nooren, goes Jörg Viebahn. Now, can Nooren hold on? No, he can't. He drifts out wide again, and the BMW snaps up second place. So it looks as though the Camaro GT4s are running out of tyre as the race progresses. They've gone from first and second to third and fourth. Down the back straight, the BMW under pressure. Defending from Marcel Nooren, Rob Savers in too deep. Oh, he's hit the leader. Turns around Jörg Viebahn's Aston Martin, and the Camaros go either side, and they have gone from third and fourth to first and second. Let's have a look at this. Savers in far too deep. Can't get the car stopped, hits the leader, and watches the Camaros go through. Trouble for Savers on the side of the track. Looks like he is out as well. What about Jörg Viebahn in the Aston Martin? Well, there he is, and he is following André Grammatico, the AM class leading BMW. Grammatico then looks like he's third on the road, ahead of Jörg Viebahn in fourth. There's the Porsche right behind in fifth place. Well, the Aston Martin now back in front of Grammatico. He still leads the AM class in his BMW, but the Aston is back up to third overall, all over the road. And look at Grammatico, leaps out from behind the Aston, and that's it. Going very slowly indeed. And surely something just broke there on the Aston Martin, maybe a drive shaft. Running away out front, Marcel Nooren will claim victory in race 2 after second place in race 1. And Luc Braams in the Camaro makes it another 1-2 for the V8 Racing team. André Grammatico wins the AM class in third place overall. And that's a very happy Jelle Beelen. Confirmation of the result then, the top two changed positions from the first race. André Grammatico wins the AM class in third, ahead of the Porsche in fourth position. Jörg Viebahn finally limping to the end in 8th place in that damaged Aston. And on the podium, another 1-2 for the V8 racing team. And Jelle Beelen, the rookie, looking very happy with himself.
Marcel did a great job because I brought the car back in P2. He drove a good stint, and I think also with the help of our teammates, Marcel managed to make a gap of 5.6 seconds, which was enough. So yeah, we finally have the win in the bag.
Victory in the AM class in round 2 for André Grammatico.
C'est mon rêve qui devient
little bit
réalité.
Of reality bit today, he says. Everything went well in second race. Good battle. Had to avoid any problems because it was a really close battle, but delighted to make my way through everybody else and avoid the dramas. Had the chance to be on the podium overall, which is fantastic. So as they leave Nogaro, the V8 racing duos are tied for the lead with a win and second place apiece ahead of Jörg Viebahn. In the AM class, it's Porsche newcomers Thomas Krebs and Arno Klaassen who lead, ahead of our 2 race winners Lucas Braams and André Grammatico.
So that wraps up the first weekend of the Competition102 GT4 European Series. Next up, Zandvoort, the 23rd and 24th of May in the middle of the Dutch dunes. For more information, be sure to check out our website, gt4series.com. Thank you for watching and au revoir.
GT4 European Series supports Project Mine.